bus. I can't believe we slept next to this. Look at this right here. Almost. It's definitely on the back of it though. Yeah.
Quick update on where we've been. In our previous video, you may have seen that we quit bus life, but we didn't give up entirely on it. In fact, we've been hard at work making the bus nice and livable. Here's a quick rundown of what went wrong and how we're gonna fix it.
We redid the bed, going from a queen to a full, adding an inch of insulation, 2 brand new headboards, running new wires for our solar panels, fixing the AC, the shower drain, and our gray water drain. Our hot water heater broke over winter, so did our shower valve, and a whole lot more. So enough recap, let's get into it.
That air conditioning unit, it doesn't work. The truth is we installed the AC last minute, about a week before we hit the road, and while testing it we found there to be a small leak in the Freon gas line, and a day later the AC no longer worked. Ultimately, what brought the AC system down was some frugality. We bought a cheaper style of tubing that had a slightly thinner wall diameter that was unknown to me. So when I did the connections, that piping was too thin and got brittle and cracked, which then caused our AC system to lose pressure and to stop working. So first up, we're gonna go ahead and get the AC removed off the wall. We've gone ahead and set up some Rubbermaid totes. So these Rubbermaid totes will allow us to set the AC unit gently on top of it, and then we can unscrew it in the back, unplug it, and take it off the wall. I think there's also a power cord that we're going to need to remove, so we'll have to figure out how to get that off.
So we've got these straps. I put both of these in place as a extra preventative measure.
It should be as easy as just lifting the AC off the bracket, setting it on the Rubbermaid, and then unscrewing the back. So let's try that.
I removed the AC from the wall and set it gently on the Rubbermaid totes. I was then able to use 2 crescent wrenches to loosen the brass compression fittings and then unscrew them by hand, freeing up the copper tubing.
Like always, that ended up being a lot harder than I thought. The freaking way this one works is you have to put a screwdriver up there which pushes up the plastic bracket so then you can take those off, and I didn't really know that, so got them off. And more importantly, nothing's broken, so that's good. Well, there you have it. The AC from the inside has been removed and put away for storage for a little bit. So another thing that we're working on is removing the entire back wall itself. So we need to redo the headboard a little bit, and we need to add a footboard. So one of the things that we found out is that our bed was a little bit too close to the wall, which caused some minor condensation issues as our walls are still insulated but made out of metal. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add a headboard at the back, some extra insulation along the top, and then that should buffer out our mattress and make it a little bit nicer and more livable in the heavy Pacific Northwest winters that we have. So now that the AC is out, we can go ahead and get the bracket removed. Then we'll get the headboard loosened up, and then we will get the wall taken out. It's gonna be a task for sure. We need to get this AC bracket removed. Unfortunately, I riveted it on, which means it's super secure, but now I have to drill the rivets out to get it off so that we can replace the back wall. I got the one out. We've got a few more to go. I decided to throw the mask on because I'm not really a fan of breathing in aluminum dust. So we got everything drilled out there. Let's go ahead and get the wall taken off. Next, that means we got to remove these brackets, and then I think we also have to take off the headboard.
Trigger warning, this might be a bit gross. The number one reason we're redoing this is right here. We had a small mold issue, caused by some seatbelts that refused to dry out. A tip to all you builders out there, make sure your bed is away from an exterior wall and there's plenty of ventilation. In our case, only one side of the mattress was touching a wall, the one closest to the front of the truck. The headboard and the footboard were both dry and mold-free our entire trip, as was the underside of the mattress thanks to those IKEA bed slats. Unfortunately, the side next to the brick wall wasn't as lucky. Behind that brick wall is an exterior wall, so it got quite cold and would build up some condensation. That condensation would then drip and it would go right into 4 really thick canvas bench seatbelts. The only way to fix this was to remove all the seatbelts, add more insulation, and unfortunately go from a queen to a full mattress. For good measure, I added 2 extra headboards which will serve as an air barrier between the mattress and the wall to further prevent any condensation or mold issues from ever reoccurring.
That's what I wanted to do. So the headboard, we're not taking it fully out because it's pretty nice actually. I like the look of it. It's been very functional. The only reason that we're even really touching the headboard is because we need to add a footboard to our bed, which means this distance here, we're gonna cut this about in half, and then we're gonna make another footboard, and we're gonna turn this just into a small headboard with space for the window curtain storage. So that's what this is gonna become.
The brick headboard is held on by about 6 screws. They've got to go ahead and remove all those. I also used a large amount of liquid nails. That's currently holding the panels to the actual truck walls. Here I am using the screwdriver, trying to pry it off.
Gross! I can't believe we slept next to this.
Who told you that it was too late? When was it that you started?
That's hard to do one-handed upside down. Tell you what.
It dries up and now there's just one word to take. It's going up.
At least the wall is not rotten. That's good.
Drag on, but not what it seems.
Not even all the way through it. It's definitely on the back of it though. Yeah, it is not. Look at this right here. Almost.
Who told you that you were no good? There's no use in trying, even if you could. It wouldn't come up like it should. This stubborn kazoo just covers these words. Could you listen to somebody else?
Do I pull it down? Do I take the rope trim off or not? I just think it's like, I don't think it can get past this. I think we're gonna have to take this trim off. Sorry, babe. I'll put it back up. What? Amazing trim. Oh, the upper screws. That's what it was. Oh my goodness. Like, it's not coming.
Over and over, justice to injury. This is a part of it all. Could you hike back to it, fight with it, sit with it? This is a part of it all.
Okay, I think this one can be drilled out.
What is there? This is a part of it all.
Wow. That glue, man, that is ridiculous. Alright, let's separate that.
Who told you there was two?
Okay, this is gonna take a while. I will show you guys the finished product when I get all this crap broken free.
I wanna take you far away, deep into the country where we can be alone. I wanna give you all the space so you can write a new set of songs. This land cannot live without the rain. The rain is worth nothing if it has nothing to sustain. You must remember your name and write a new set of songs. Let's go where the water meets the pine.
So yeah, that was way harder than I was expecting. I was expecting to be able to take a few screws out, take off the AC mount, and then that whole back wall would come out. But unfortunately, there was a lot of Lexol from the trim, and that Lexol had gotten on the overhead counters as well as the back wall and sort of glued them together. So that made it pretty hard to get that part off. And then combined with the fact that I put some VHB tape behind them on the walls, and that tape worked really well because I could not pull that thing out without really trying to. So it was tough, but we got it out, and I think we are set on the next step, which is getting, I think, the copper tubing removed. We'll see if I'll take that out or we'll figure out what happens next.